I'm back. What is going on, guys? This is awesome, dude, and welcome. I'm back. I missed you guys momentarily. I'm momentarily back. Welcome to another fresh vid. This time, I'm bringing you none other than Doki Doki Literature Club. I've heard some very interesting things about this particular game, more along the lines of it's not really what it seems to be. Now on the home screen, it looks like a cheery visual novel kind of dating sim kind of game, and I could see where you guys would get that, but you're wrong. You're dead wrong. But yeah, I'm back. I'm actually standing. I'm standing, gonna get that cardio, you know, as little exercise as I possibly can. I'm only back momentarily because car issues, you know. Long story short, I'm here for the time being. So, I did miss you guys. Anyways, let's go and get into this. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving, her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Is that so? That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Question mark? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. Now we get tired of waiting up. Let's be honest, she's a lazy piece of shit. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Like a good friend. Overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, oh, that's weird. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Josh. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. Let me just get one thing straight. There's so much more freedom whenever I'm standing. So much more freedom. It feels so more, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. You guys might as well be dating. I mean, come on. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with the students making their daily commute. I like the use of speckled you did there. It's pretty sweet. By the way, Josh, have you decided on a club to join yet? Oh, God. She popped the question. A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I don't know what it is, but the music in the background and just the colors, it's upbeat and it's like bubbly. I don't know. It's making me happy. I know that's a ruse. That's a red herring. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? You know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What does NEET stand for? What are you trying to get at? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Jesus Christ, you sound like my mother. Oh my God. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. I actually personally never really joined any clubs. Wasn't really my thing. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her happy so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. And I mean everything. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Now, let me just give you a heads up. I've heard that it's pretty slow and it takes some time before the crazy, disturbing freaky stuff happens, so just bear with me. We'll get there. I'm not promising anything freaky to happen in this episode, but along the line, it's gonna get disturbing real fast. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Good God. This is what I've amounted to. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see what you're doing, Sayori. Well, I'm not having it. I'm saving myself for marriage. No what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Uh-oh. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I mean, for God's sake, she has the mentality of a 7-year-old. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Airheads are so good. Yum yum. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Jesus Christ. Good God, will you marry her already? And thus today marks the day I'd sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Wow, it is really quiet. Being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I'm just here for the cupcake. God, my cholesterol is going down really fast. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's your pleasure meeting you. There we go. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Oh my God, that's the perfect voice. That is the perfect voice. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Josh, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh my, score! Gotta compose yourself. I'm in my inner chi. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then it's free real estate. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. Both of their voices sound the same. I'm trying to mix it up. It's great to see you again, Josh. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh God, my heart just skipped a beat. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, etc. Basically, the list goes on. Completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Josh. We made room... I don't know why I clicked. I didn't read that. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I mix some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I don't know how to make those sounds with my mouth. I can't. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh god, my nose is running. Sorry, that gets annoying. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. God, my nose! It's delicious. It's delicious! They're great! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Am I the only one that does that? I do that too, so Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. You gonna eat it? You gonna eat that? You gonna eat that? You better eat that! I put my heart and soul in it! I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Oh, you little. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you know, you. Dummy. Alright, okay. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. So, by the way, there's going to be a lot less editing for this series, because there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of dialogue. I can't. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Nerd alert! Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh, okay. Alright, another one down for the count? Yeah, that's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I've meant that, you know, I believe you. It's okay. I believe you. I don't know how the song goes. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was forced against my will by the psycho named Sayori. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting. I just spit all over my monitor. Fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. The amount of times they say club in the past few sentences is killing me. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. God, that voice, that voice for everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Josh, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to Manga? I uttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Oh, you silly, you sucker. You sucker. You're falling for Yuri, you little freaking silly sack. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? God, my nose. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ooh! That's my girl. I'm sold. I read a horror book once. Goosebumps. Doesn't count. I'm just kidding. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Me? Okay. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. I like how she's pointing that way. She's like, right there. It's right there. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you. Oh my god. Oh, you did not just say that. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. She's shy. She embarrassed. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. Question mark. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I like when she's like, the truest form of writing, like she's all whimsical. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? I mean, she is in the literature club. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poem. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. What's that? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Hey, Monika. Okay, let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Josh? God, that sounds so weird. Coming from her. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Oh, that is peer pressure at its finest. all 4 of them just darting right at you. All 4 girls still back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Josh, oh my god, you're gonna guilt trip the You're gonna guilt trip me to death. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful... Oh my god, you sucker. They just grabbed a hold of you and brought you right into their trap, man. You took the bait. Okay, I've decided then. Spur of the moment decision. Always works. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. God, just so happy because you've been such a loser. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Like, super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. For some reason, I feel like this is an AA meeting and I should confess how many years I've been going sober. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Josh, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Josh, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Uh-oh. With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Oh, that's where that whole dating sim aspect comes into play. Gotcha. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yikes. Alright, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright, here we go. I kind of want to go for Yuri, but I've been told not to get too close to Yuri and not to build a relationship with Yuri, because apparently Yuri is a little unstable. But I want to try to side with Yuri as much as I can and see what happens. Okay. Let's do hopeless. Ooh, okay. So that was Sayori. Unstable. Yeah, okay, that was hers. So the darker stuff, I think, is going for Yuri, because she likes horror, right? She likes horror books and novels.
Agonizing. Fear. Oh, wait, okay, I was trying to go for Yuri there. Broken. Whoops. Depression. No, dang it. God. Horror, there we go. Heaven sent. Death. What? Disown? Okay. Tragedy.
Okay, so I'm thinking the more of these I look at, the more twisted some of the answers are, and I think they're kind of piecing together a story. I'm not sure. I think some of the answers I choose are piecing together a story for each one of the 3 girls right there.
Ooh, suicide. Aura. There we go. Boop. Essence. Okay, disaster. Okay. Heart.
Inferno. I think I got Yuri. I'm not sure, so. Hi again, Josh. Hey again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. We've had a few runaways, and we've had to put them down. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Josh. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. You need to shut the f***. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Josh always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little oh my god, she has my heart by the strings. How come? You and Josh can become good friends too. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Yeah, no, know what I'm saying? Sayori. You just had to make it awkward. Sayori, you just go back in the corner. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Oh, you sly little devil. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. A book? Are you saying I'm illiterate? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's probably a horror novel. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. But how is this girl accidentally being so cute? Is that even a thing? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically took the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. God, there's a frickin' frog in my throat. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone that literature is all about. What literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature club. A literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place. You know? Capiche? Capiche? And after they come, we could do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Deliberating. I don't. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Cupcakes! Good thinking. You're foaming at the mouth. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. I like how you just, like, pretty much technically throw her under the bus and say, oh, she'd like to do that. Don't even ask her for her opinion. Just automatically know she's going to be your slave for the momentary time she spends in this club. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Alright. Yeah. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. We're all hungry. We're all starving for attention, okay? Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I'm gonna get personal for a second here. I'm kind of jealous of people who can find, I guess, the best things out of the worst situations. You know, who can find, like, the silver lining out of any situation. It's kind of hard to keep the faith and keep, you know, I guess, keep pushing through that day. You know, I've had days like that, so I can relate to, I guess, Josh. I can relate to myself in this game. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry, that was so weird. What the frick? Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club, in case you didn't see the sign. Does the school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. God, my nose. Don't say that so loud! I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. I sound like a dolphin for a second there. It's what I do best. That and watch you while you sleep. What? What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips around the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. I mean, it's a little crooked, you know. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar. What? I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Okay, so something that I can relate to this is whenever you have a boogie in your nose and nobody wants to tell you about it because they don't want to make you embarrassed. I'd rather that person tell me that I have a booger hanging out of my nose than nobody tell me and walk around like an idiot and have a booger hanging out of my nose. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Oh! Shots fired! That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to unbutton her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh. Getting a little close and personal, aren't we? A little too close. You're a PDA. You know. This is so funny. What is... Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. Boom, just bonks her on the head. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Oh, my God. I'm getting the feels, man. I'm getting the feels. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever button it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger. Again. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ugh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily what the all that hard work. Wasted! Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Whew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then we wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it. She likes you, bro. You're in the zone, man. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. So she's like the girl next door. Okay, she's like the best friend next door. The pretty girl, you know, next door. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. Huh. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was choking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone, just comes out of nowhere. Monica suddenly calls out, "Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?" Yay! Josh, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Nope, totally forgot. Just went right over my head. What you said yesterday went right over my head. I was too busy staring at those bazongas. Dying. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's go to Yuri, of course, because, I mean, it's kind of relating to Yuri's interests. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking the music. The soundtrack's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty bubbly, uplifting, you know what I'm saying? I can trust her opinion to be fair. Oh, can you? Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, is it that obvious? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Yeah, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright. Here we go. Tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. That wasn't bad at all. That was really good cursive. Like, I can't write in cursive worth crap. So, what? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. So what she writes is more, you know, in-depth than what she presented to us. Are you into ghost theory? You strike me as someone who's into the supernatural. Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, Josh. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's very deep. Very, very impacting. Very deep. It's very deep. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. You're number one. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Sayori. Alright. I think we can show him to... I don't know if we get to show him to everyone, so... Oh my goodness, it's so good, Josh. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I was doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Josh poem. A frickin' Josh poem. That makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. You feel me? Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Question mark. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Josh. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. You know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Like Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. True. I know, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that. Yay! I'm so happy. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes, the sleepy weepy. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. No, wait, it's purple. No, wait, it's beige. No, it's blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I want breakfast. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, so now I got Natsuki and Monica. Here we go. So we're gonna read their poems while they're reading ours. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, I guess a summary? Makes no sense. Josh, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Just a little bit. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Oh, yeah, we caught her red-handed. That's not the right word. Whatever. Painful to think about. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. Jesus. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. You know, get points or whatever. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can... Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Horses eat hay. Hay is for horses. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Bravo, bravo, bravo. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. I love it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, she's got something against us. She must. She must have something against us. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, you shouldn't conform to what other people want you to write. You should write a poem that, especially a poem about yourself. You shouldn't worry about what other people think about your poem about yourself. You shouldn't conform like that. That just doesn't make any sense. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. That is so true. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Yeah, she knows what she's talking about. She knows her stuff. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. You're looking at one. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, now we got Monica. Here we go. Last one. Hi, Josh. Hi, Josh. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any questions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Sounds so much like me. Like, it's uncanny how much like me this Josh is, you know? Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Josh. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Just like whenever I took speech class in like 10th or 11th grade, I was afraid of talking, like public speaking. It definitely really helped me get out of my comfort zone though, so, you know. The more you know about Josh. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Almost the opposite. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Oh god. Even if even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading it into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I want breakfast. That's all I'm gonna remember of her poem. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, likes happiness and sadness. I couldn't really see sadness in her poem. I saw a lot of, upbeat happiness and stuff. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Man, what a great president of a club. Like, she's so chill. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Do not conform. Do not be afraid to step outside of the boundaries, to step outside of the norm. That is like one of the best mottos you could ever live by. It's not like you to have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah, totally. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Ooh, that one's kind of spooky. So, what do you think? It's very free form. That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific poem. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Truer words have never been spoken. That is so touching. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's like a podcast. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. She is not being honest. She's being nice. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Oh my gosh. So she doesn't take constructive criticism very well. Especially if someone doesn't like her work. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Josh did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Josh liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Josh appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours? Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Josh started showing up. Oh, that's a low blow. Oh my god. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh my god. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Josh, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. God, you guys sound like children. Jesus Christ. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I mean, I don't mind having to find out what the poem's about and having to find out, I guess, the meaning behind it. I don't mind that. I'd rather enjoy the search. I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy looking for the, the meaning behind the work. Personally, that's just me. Help me explain that to her, Josh. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Josh? Well? Oh no. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course that's going to be... I'm gonna stick with Yuri. I agree more with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, it's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings onto it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. See, he's given them the best of both worlds. He's not... He is kind of being biased, actually. If I'm being honest, I was going to say he wasn't, but he is. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I've known people who've done that. I've personally done that. Whenever I felt pressure, I've done stupid things. So I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Josh. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Look at you calling the shots. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Mostly. Josh, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. Awesome possum. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Oh god. Oh god, no. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Great. I gotta do this again. Josh, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it, either. Aww. Sayori, about what happened earlier, what do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Josh, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest, and I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Man, God, this is like anti-foreshadowing, even though I know shit's gonna get real fast. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. And she hasn't realized what kind of game this is either. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, we're gonna save there, and I'm gonna end the first part here. The first part is ridiculously long. I'm not making any promises that the next parts won't be any longer or any shorter than this part, because it does take a bit. It takes quite some time before it gets into the crazy stuff, so I'm trying to get into that as quick as I can in the next coming up parts. So yeah, anyways, that was Doki Doki Literature Club. If you guys did enjoy, that was the first part. If you guys did enjoy, you know what to do. Leave a like down below. Comment, tell me what games you'd like to see me play. Feel free to share this video so you and I can one day conquer the world together. Stay awesome, guys. It's good to be back. Momentarily. But it's good to be back nonetheless, so. Stay awesome, guys. I know you will. Peace.